And welcome back to AgriTalk from Ag Connect Expo in Atlanta, Georgia. We are broadcasting from the AGROTAIN exhibit. Very happy to have with us the president of AGROTAIN, Mike Stegmann. Good to see you. I guess we didn't come here for the weather necessarily, but we're here for quite a show, and this is a huge show, and we hope that a lot of folks will turn out for it this year.
Yeah, it looks like the attendance is going to be great, and this is a big, big place.
It really is. When we talk about, here we are in January, we're already thinking ahead to spring and wondering about fertilizer supplies. Can they get tight, and concerned about prices always, of course. That's the key message with AGROTAIN. I mean, when farmers are making those purchases, they want to make sure they get everything they can out of the purchase of nitrogen and not be losing that nitrogen, and that's where AGROTAIN comes in.
It does. We've been working real hard to get product out into the marketplace and get inventories full. So I think supply side is probably going to be okay, but as you start thinking about what this is going to cost you, you've just got to be as efficient as you possibly can, and AGROTAIN's a great product for that. We
saw last year the problems with leaching of nitrogen, that nitrogen loss, it showed up.
Well, when you consider AGROTAIN and why it makes sense for you, it's easy to take a look at the cost of fertilizer and say, I've got to be as efficient with that fertilizer as possible. But we also have to think about, if we don't deliver the proper amount of nitrogen, what that's going to cost us in the way of yield loss. And AGROTAIN is a very, very important and valuable tool to help make sure that nitrogen you apply gets to your crop.
Give us again a quick overview. Is how does AGROTAIN make sure you don't lose your nitrogen or lose the productivity you can get from your nitrogen?
Well, AGROTAIN works with urea or UAN. With urea or UAN, urea ammonium nitrate, which is liquid fertilizer. Technically, the class of chemistry is it's a urease inhibitor. That's a scientific term nobody needs to be worried about. But what they do need to understand is that when urea is applied to the surface, it naturally goes through a process where it breaks down, and it breaks down into ammonia. And if that process occurs on the surface of the soil, part of that ammonia is lost back into the atmosphere. What AGROTAIN does is stop that from happening. It delays that, makes sure that the breakdown of urea occurs in the soil where the nutrients are going to stay available for the crop.
The research has been done, the results are good. You can show growers just how you can help them.
Well, I think that's really one of the keys to AGROTAIN, is it's so widely researched and so universally accepted in the research community, the extension community. It is a product that does what we say it does, and it's very well understood how it works. And I'd recommend to anybody, if they're thinking about AGROTAIN and they've got any questions, by all means, talk to your university, talk to your extension.
Part of what we'll be doing here in Atlanta is taping a show for RFD TV Sunday afternoon. It will air then Monday evening on RFD TV, but we're going to be talking with some of those researchers and university folks that have done some of that research.
Yeah, we are. We're going to be talking to Fred Below and Don Hornick. Fred's with University of Illinois and Don with Oregon State University. They've done a lot of work, and Fred's presentation in particular is interesting because he talks about 300 bushel corn and how we get there.
Which always gets the corn growers' attention, certainly, when he talks about that. We know how unpredictable the weather is, and it seems to be more unpredictable all the time. Really what we're talking about here, Mike, is some protection against that variability, that volatility in weather that can so greatly impact the crop.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about. And the other thing that the use of AGROTAIN does is it allows you to manage your timing and your labor better, because there was a point in time when we made urea applications, and we very consciously tried to make those applications timed with rain or timed with irrigation or timed with tillage. And what this does is opens up that window and gives you more time to do things when they fit your schedule. And from the insurance side, absolutely make sure that the nutrients you put down get to the crop.
All right, we'll be talking a lot more about it coming up here on this program today as we broadcast from the AGROTAIN exhibit here at Ag Connect Expo. And again, be watching for that program Monday evening, 7 o'clock Central on RFD TV that we'll be doing here from Ag Connect Expo. Always good to see you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, Mike Stegmann, president of AGROTAIN International, and we'll take a break and come back with much more from Ag Connect Expo here in Atlanta, Georgia, as we're here for several days. Farm Bureau coming up as well, Monday and Tuesday, our broadcast from AFBF, so stay with us. It's halftime on AgriTalk.